So, hello everybody, and welcome to Expansion Network. This is the episode number 87th. It's kind of weird, Casey, isn't it, that we start the show this way without an intro video? But we're going to tell you later on today why we started with no video today, because basically, the powers that be have decided that our free, royalty music that we have been using for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of shows, literally, suddenly it's their own and they're charging ad for using it. So anyway, we decided to start today our show without the intro while we actually remake the whole thing, the intro video. Sorry to talk about technicalities, but this is the show number 87th, and we are very, very happy to have you here today, and we are very happy that you are with us so that you can ask questions to Julius and the group of entities because Casey is here. Hi, Casey. How are you?
I'm so great. It's Christmas Eve, right? We're laughing because, of course, my world and my life is saturated with my grandchildren here in Georgia, which brings the holiday season back to life, with small children, right? So I'm very much aware of the day, right? As we're doing the countdown, to Christmas morning and all the crazy stuff that goes along with this time of year. And we know that everybody else is very busy out there as well. And, wanting to welcome everybody in on this day that we've never done a show because, always have exciting things going on, both Angel and myself. And we have a movable program. We have a little bit of a movable program and just didn't want to disappear on all of you right before the holiday. Our last show, we were like, okay, we're going to see everybody again, before the holiday. And then it was like, wait, let's see if we can touch. Let's see if we can touch with everybody. So welcome in everybody. Hope everybody is shining bright. We hope your heart and life is filled with love because ours is, and we are always in so much appreciation to be here with all of you.
Excellent. Absolutely. I agree with you. We wanted to be here before one of the main holidays of the year, which is Christmas, right? And today is the 23rd, which means that tomorrow is Christmas Eve. And then Christmas, I don't know if anybody is going to ask us about Christmas. Probably they will. And then we will let Julius do the rest. All right. So I'm going to make myself small as I typically do. And let's go for the first question that we already have online. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today on this Monday. It's the first time ever we did a Monday, but it's okay. Go Time is asking, in keeping with the holidays, when the Grinch's heart grew 3 sizes that day, from a conscious perspective, could one say his alter ego transcended to the 5th level of consciousness? What a question.
Uh, what a lovely, lovely, lovely observation and sentiment. We would tell you that from a consciousness observation, it is a beautiful demonstration on how love is exponential. Love is exponential. It multiplies. It multiplies. And that is in every situation where demonstration of love is acting and exercising itself out, no matter what level of consciousness you are in. So it certainly does not take you being in a 5th level of consciousness to experience the exponential aspect of love. So that's what we would say. To explain to everybody what we mean by that, we have always said that fear stacks on each other. It stacks on each other one at a time. But the grandeur of all that it is to be source is the love energy frequency. And that frequency is exponential. So it multiplies. It doesn't just stack or add, it multiplies. And that is amazing because that is the power of love. That is the power of source energy. And it can thankfully overtake a lot of fear because it multiplies itself. But thank you for your question and your observation. It is so interesting, isn't it, Angel? As everybody starts to wake up and come to various degrees of awakenedness and realizations on the holidays, and also just watching some of what has been represented in the programming and in the advertising, in the commercial marketing, and even in the worshiping, to really start to become aware of different aspects of it when you start growing your consciousness. So we are sending our exponential love back to you, Master, and hope that all is well and joyful and blissful in your life.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Thank you so much. Again, this is the 87th Ask Julius show on a Monday, the eve of Christmas, and Kasey drinking some extraordinary coffee, and me super excited to have you all here. You cannot imagine how happy we are every time we see you on the chat. Thank you so much. Then we have someone here. I have to say that I humbly speak French. I learned in French a long time ago back in Spain. There's someone with us called Voulez-vous français avec moi? That has a lot of translations. I'm not going to translate it the way that probably the whoever the user is wanted me to do it. But anyway, it's in French, and it says I made it. So probably, hopefully, someone that made it to the show. I wanted to show that they can speak French, which is awesome. I love French. And then we have our wonderful friend Greg Nyman. I'm going to ask a question to Greg about the 88th show, which is going to be next Thursday. Okay, so he's saying hello, everyone. Love being here. What about the number 88? That's my question for Greg. And then we have Go Time again saying happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Julius, Kasey, and Angel. Thank you for all the love and support in 2025. Looking forward to the new year and a blessed, abundant, expansive 2026. So it looks like Go Time is definitely 365 days ahead of us, which is good. You know, we are always in intertwined timelines, are we not, Kasey?
Oh, my heavens. It's so crazy. We just put out a video this last week on the timeline fluctuations. It's crazy out there right now, knowing everybody is feeling it. And everybody should be excited actually about it, because it certainly means that there is massive changes on its way. The energy does not seem nefarious in all of this. It actually feels like there is an attempt for a certain amount of balance, coming back into balance with what they're doing with the timeline punches and pushes, trying to bring a little bit of order to what has been so chaotic. And in the last 4 to 8 years, timelines variations were flooded with very, very dark, nefarious energies. So gateways and portals were opened up to bring in massive amounts of dark and low frequency energies. Those energies are actually being pushed out. They're actually being pushed out right now. So there is a lot of timeline variation taking place, but it's kind of a cleanup that's going on. So everybody stay grounded. Everybody hold your integrity, your honor, your intentions, your joy, and do not falter on your conscious journey.
All right, do not falter in your conscious journey. Okay, journey, be careful. All right, let's continue. I have another. Well, a lot of people are here already, and one of them is Deline and saying, "Hey, happy holidays to you all." Absolutely. And then we have VP, very important, or maybe a vice president. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Much love. Absolutely. Then we have Advanced Harmonics. Thank you. Thank you for being here, and happy holidays to you both. Thank you. Absolutely. And thank you for your heart. And then the question from Deline is how often are the timelines being shifted? It feels often. Look at that. Speaking of.
Yeah, daily right now, daily, but they target different areas of the globe, Master. They target different areas of the globe. As you know, the Antarctic is a huge producer of this shifting. So they have the devices there, they have a lot of activity there, and also the shifting of timelines, Masters. Do not forget, is also interdimensional disruption. Interdimensional disruption. So do not ever think, and try to remind yourselves that you are not the only beings experiencing this Earthship as a possible realm to demonstrate consciousness through. And that the dimensions and the realms do not only exist on the surface of the Earthship, on the surface of the Earthship. So we would tell you what's going on every day at this point.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And thank you, Darlene, for the question. Let's go to the next question. Also, hold on. Let me see if there's someone else asking here. Darlene is saying, what a nice gift to have the show today. Absolutely. Again, we're changing the energy of the week doing this show today, are we not? Then we have Cat55K saying hi all. Absolutely. All right. And now Greg Nyman, as it couldn't be otherwise. He's already with the answer about my question of the 88th show, a number: integrity, inspiration, creativity, and positive changes, along with prosperity. Who wants to miss the 88th show on Thursday if it's about prosperity? Come on, Greg, give us a break. Come on. And then super positive number, turn on its side, it's infinity plus infinity. Look at that. Exactly. I remember that. Infinity plus infinity. I love that. It's funny because when I was a kid, when they ask you, people ask you, what's your favorite number? Throughout my entire life, it was number 8. And I didn't know why. Now I do. Now I do. 22 years later, I do. Thank you, Greg. You're always to the point. Thank you for being here. All right. So there's also Swift saying, a wonderful blessing to hear from Julius tonight. Absolutely. Okay, so let's go to the other question. I wanted just to give a fair chance to everybody. And Darlene has another question. Can we stop paying taxes without consequence since the IRS has been dismantled?
Or we will never give you advice on your finances, Master, and what you choose to do. Okay. So that's up to you. We can tell you that many people have not paid taxes for a very, very long time. And then we can tell you that there are many people that continue to pay taxes until there seems to be some form of a formal announcement. But there really is quite a stage that is out there now bringing this awareness forward. And what is really interesting is that now even mortgage companies and different types of credit bureau checkpoints, like for rentals and even car financing and things, are not asking for tax returns anymore, especially. And if they do, people are saying, I do not pay taxes. Taxes are voluntary. I actually believe it's illegal for you to ask me for my taxes since they are not a legal requirement to be in this country. And a lot of those agencies are not pushing that point and going ahead and going through with the financing or going through with the approval. And there's quite a lot of people now speaking about the organizations that are online. There's groups and organizations that are against the taxes, and they clearly show the documentation from the governments that points out that it's volunteer. So it's coming forward with a lot of disclosure, whether or not the government is ready to make that announcement or not. So that's what we will tell you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And Cat55K is asking the following question. That's how interesting this question is going to be. You will see. I am constantly getting angel numbers. Mm-hmm. I intend to move to Spain. What am I going to do there? Spiritual message or advice, please?
Master, you're going to do anything that you choose to do. Anything that you choose to do. We are going to always tell you that there isn't a set destiny for any of you. You are all source. You are creating your realities for yourself. Stop giving way to the theory of a contract or a soul contract or an agreement. Stop doing that. You are source, Master. You may do anything that you choose, but what we would encourage you to do is anything that brings you joy, anything that brings you satisfaction, anything that gives you the opportunity to express creativity and light and love. And whatever you do, do it with enthusiasm and gratitude. Enthusiasm and gratitude, Masters. That energy is all that you need and everything that you need. You are energy frequency. And high frequency will always produce the best outcome. It doesn't matter if you collect garbage or if you do brain surgery. Do it with enthusiasm and appreciation, and you will flourish, Master. Do not think at any moment, in every moment, that you are not sovereign and that you do not have free will and free choice. Do not give in to the preconceived notions of what it is you're supposed to do or you should do. Please own your power, master. Blessings to you on your decision. 2025 is going to be amazing. It already is amazing for everybody's joy coming up.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And people keep coming in. Cat55K says, thank you for the answer. Much appreciated. And then we have JC Daily. If I wanted to move to a high vibration area with happier awake people, where would that be? That is a great question.
Master, there's all kinds of areas where there's high vibration, but here's the thing, okay? There's also low vibration everywhere. Now, there are some places that are extremely low vibration, and you could just check out, kind of some of your measures historically where there's warring or there's been massacres or slaughters or genocides, things like that, massive areas of slavery. But we are encouraging everybody to pay very close attention to your elements. Pay very close attention to your elements, okay? The first thing that we always guide people to do is look inward in their heart. What's your favorite element? What's your favorite element? Do you like the water? Do you like the desert? Do you like the mountains? What do you love? What do you love? Some people love the cold weather. Some people love the super hot, dry weather. Look into your heart and figure out what element resonates with you. And this is how we tell people to do this. This is really interesting, Angel. This is a really, really fun game, okay? When you are deciding to know yourself, and this doesn't have anything to do with astrology. You can go to astrology if you want to, but this is about your inner work and your inner recognition. We always ask people these questions if you really want to get to know yourself. If you were an element, what element would you be? And as that element, what would your temperature be? And as that element with a temperature, what would the speed of execution of your element be? Okay. So some people will say, well, I'm fire and I'm a really hot forest fire and I burn really quickly and swiftly and I move very fast. And others might say, well, I'm also a fire sign, but I'm the slow moving, deep, rich ember like a fireplace. And I provide warmth and security for people. So once you can come into alignment with what element resonates with you, then that's your choice, Master. Follow your elemental knowing of yourself, and you will always, always, always resonate wherever you are.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And JC saying, JC Daily, I'm happy, but where I live is low vibe people. No one is happy. I need happy people. I love your, thank you, JC Daily. By the way, to your point, Kasey, I love water, and the water, I don't know if it would move fast or slow, but it would be like 36 degrees, 36, which is what, 63, 70 degrees water on the seaside on a sandy, wonderful beach on the Caribbean. That's where you will find me. Okay. So that in case I get lost, that's what you have to. That's where you have to find me. And then Delene says, thank you. Of course, we're here for you, Delene. Any question you want to ask, here we are for you. All right. So VP says, what can you speak of the Pope opening a tomb or portal on Christmas Eve? It doesn't feel right.
No, it's satanic. It's satanic. You know it is. The Pope is all satanic. The Catholic Church is all satanic. It's a satanic ritual. Does it? They do it every year. We're telling you, they do it every year. Okay, so it is a satanic ritual.
All right, fair enough. Go Time is saying Trump's made recent statements regarding Canada becoming the 51st state, the U.S. taking back control of the Panama Canal, as well as purchasing Greenland. Unity or division? What say you, Julius?
All those things have already been done. So it was long ago predicted or projected that the world will be divided in three regions. The Americas, including Australia and Greenland, oddly enough. And then there'll be, the European countries, and then there'll be, the countries of, Australia, New Zealand, and things like that. So that's all long been talked about. And talking about Putin, Xi, and Trump being head of those elongated regions. Okay. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes, and it's a lot of things have already been done. They're already been done. So just remember that anything that you are hearing that they're talking about is long been done. There's also something else that is already done. They're just waiting for the execution, full execution of it. So remember that. So this is kind of how this goes, right? Before you can distribute bread, you have to bake it. Okay. So the baking of the bread has been done for a lot of different things. Now we're just waiting for the distribution of it so people will stop being hungry.
So that you know. Excellent. Thank you so much. And JC Daly saying, I love water and mountains. I also love people and I want good people around. I also love dogs. So building a dog sanctuary in the mountains would be nice. All right. So when I'm fed up with my sandy beaches and my surfing and my scuba diving and everything, I will indeed visit you because I love dogs too, JC. Thank you so much for proposing that, so that you know now you have to do what you really like. All right, and conduct that exercise that Julius just told us to do. All right, and hold on here. Yes, there is a beautiful river here, and that I love. Thank you. Bread, love that analysis. Well, I love bread too, so I don't know why, but I totally love bread. Okay, so let's continue. Actually, I'm going to go to the offline questions. And there's a question from, let me see, there's so many questions. Oh my God, look at that. Okay, so this one from Hilda B, which is not with us today. Are you, because she typically is here and she always asks a lot of questions. So the question is, if I understand correctly, the first three on energy bodies are related to physical. Then when happens, no, I think that we asked this one the other day. Then what happens to the volts when we transition out and in of a body? I think that we answered that question the other day, didn't we? Yes, we did, right? Sorry about that. Yeah, you see, we still have a good memory here. We carry our heads for much more than carrying our contact lenses and our glasses. All right, we still remember this one from Amy Nakash. We haven't seen Amy in a while. Hi, Amy, how are you? Can you tell me what is going on with the agency that helps me pay my rent that aren't paying the whole amount even though I submitted the required docs to correct it, please?
Yeah, so they're structuring to implement Nasara Jasara right now. There is a lot going on. And the only thing that we could tell you just right out of the gate to answer your individual question is that they've got your paperwork mixed up with somebody else as far as the amount goes. So we would encourage you to just follow up on that. Okay.
All right, excellent. And then go time. Thanks for blowing my mind every week. Absolutely. We try to do that all the time. It's amazing the people that show up today, being a Monday. Yeah, we are so blessed, Kasey. We are so blessed. We know that, but now we know it again. Love the perspective, says Cat 55K. Love the perspective of all the answers. Absolutely. All right. And then, hold on. I think, okay, we lost you for a second. All right. So Swift Sage says, Julius, are you able to perceive the consciousness of the souls that are asking questions here? Or does the process rely completely on spoken language? That is a great question.
No, the spoken language has nothing to do with your level of consciousness, Master. In fact, language is usually nothing but spell casting, honestly. Yes, we have a very broad scope, but that's not for us to answer. If you're about to ask us what level of consciousness we believe you are, that is for you to discover, Master, and that is the journey of consciousness.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And then we go to an offline question. I love it. Today, things are flowing fast. Ursula Baker, I can help others attain what they want, but I have issues closing on the things I want, meaning the things I desire come, but I cannot close on it and it passes on by. That's Ursula Baker. How to believe in self? That's her question.
Master, it's the journey of consciousness. It is the practice of knowing oneself. So it's not believing in yourself, it's knowing oneself. Okay. And that takes a lot of bravery to take a very deep look at your perspective, and then making changes, making expansions, creating new aspects for your own self. It's work, and it's a choosing every single day. To give you support and love and credit, you have been programmed away from loving yourself, away from believing in yourself, and away from knowing yourself as source. We just did some amazing courses and classes this month on cognitive dissonance and programming and things of the conscious mind and things related to the altered ego. And we would suggest you look into those. They may give you amazing insight as to how ways to break through the threshold of denying oneself, of the knowing of oneself, and see if some of those things help you along on your journey.
All right, let's continue with our questions offline. Can you tell the difference between we did this one too. All right, look at that. We have an incredible memory. We have so many questions. There's a very specific question. Let me ask it. How does methylene blue affect the body?
Well, we will tell you, Master, that, here's the thing. Your frequency of your body is relevant to anything that you either come in contact or that you put in it. Okay. When you are low levels of consciousness and your vibration is low, things can be very dangerous for you, very poisonous for you, very, very limiting for you, and very, very harmful for you, and very, very controlling and manipulative for you. When you are higher levels of consciousness, your vibration shifts, and that totally changes the experience of anything that you take inside of your body or you come in contact with, or that you even conjure up for your own self. And when you are high levels of consciousness, you don't put anything into your body, or you don't come into contact of anything that becomes questionable, that you don't hold in a conjuring aspect for oneself. So the answer is for everything. It is your own frequency, Master, and knowing what is working well for you. Some people will swear up and down by vitamin supplementations. Up and down, up and down. Gotta have them, gotta have them, gotta have them. All this takes place and that takes place. And others are like, don't take vitamins and supplements at all. And they're the healthiest people walking around on the planet. They could argue back and forth. This works. And the other person's like, no, it doesn't work for me. Okay. So all of that comes into play. All of that comes into play. There are some specific poisons that have been given to you. This program platform right now is not to get into the ridiculously long list of what that is. But here's what we will tell you is the golden rule of decisiveness. If you don't know what it is, don't put it in your body.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Next question from Amy N77. Amy N77. Can you explain the difference of timelines and lifetimes?
Sure. Yeah.
Please. So, how they interact or cross together? How do they work?
Yeah, so this is a wonderful, wonderful discussion. Thank you for your question, Master. We have done courses and classes on the difference between timelines versus lifetimes, okay? So typically what you will experience in lifetimes is reincarnation to another costume or another character or another role that you will play. That's when you will incarnate from man to woman, to a different ethnicity, to, a different, whether you're male or female or where you're born on the earth ship. So that would be a lifetime. So a lifetime is a character differentiation through reincarnation where you change the costumes that you're wearing. It's a costume change. or a role change or a character change as if you are on the stage on a play. A timeline is a variation in the character that you already are. So during your lifetime, you will have innumerous timelines that branch off where you are in that same character in a very slight variation of itself. And you do this with the people that you're interacting with as well. So you basically can take groups of people with you and shake it up and get shuffled around into timelines. Now, there's organic shifting, and then there's the kinds that are imposed upon you. And so what they have done is they've gone in and imposed timeline shifts in this lifetime for everybody here on this earthship. And that is generally done for nefarious reasons, manipulative reasons, because they have the opportunity to move forward and back in the hologram, in the holographic projection, because everybody is buying in to the illusion of time. And so through quantum physics, you are conjuring your reality based on a timeline playing itself out. And so they can enter in the holographic projection state of the reality of conscious creative collective thought that is dominating the field in the third dimension here, and see how it's going to play itself out, and basically go back and shuffle the cards.
All right. Shuffle the cards. Let's go to the next one. The same Amy N77. What are we supposed to do after that exposure? Do we have to heal something they did? I don't know what exposure she's referring to. Maybe. Okay,
We're not sure either. So please explain
question.
that to us, right?
Yeah. Okay. So let's go then to some live questions. Well, we have Janabi Nadia. Look at that. We had not heard from her for a while. Nice to have you here again. Hi everyone. Nice to be here again. How do you stop tightness/pain between the shoulders and bottom of the neck? I remember you said places represent emotions.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Master, you need to go through relaxation processes. Acupuncture is a wonderful way. Frequency is a wonderful way, and of course, wonderful use for holistic chiropractors and things like that. But you're holding your stress there. You've probably been stabbed there, so you're probably holding that pain and trauma there. So frequency can help you release trauma. All of our removal can help you release trauma in those areas as well. But taking yourself through voiced meditations for relaxation can help you go through practices of learning how to dissolve away tension in your body and release tension in your body. So narrative type of meditations can help you do that as well.
All right. Thank you so much. The next question comes from Amit Dear. Hello, everyone, and great to be here. It's only Julius that can pull Angel out of the show, even on Monday. Thank you so much. My question here is little personal, but important, as my wife has kept my passport with her, so I don't travel to Canada. Will I be able to get it back? And how please enlighten, as these tantrums are becoming crazy?
All you have to do is report that it's been stolen, and they'll replace it for you.
All right, fair enough. Next question. From Voulez-vous français avec moi? If there is no time and parallel lifetimes are happening just simultaneously, why are we talking about reincarnation?
Because, Master, you conjure it. You conjure it. So it is so. You are source. Okay? We might as well be talking about you walking around, but the truth is you're not even really here. That's the truth.
All right, let's go to the next question from Cat55K, which is, what is the consciousness of the Dutch people, and how will they manifest the transition to a better future?
All the consciousness of the Earthship here, 97% of the consciousness are levels 1 and 2. That's what we will tell you.
All right, let's go now offline. We have a question from Sony Dean. Julius, I'm curious about Hawaii. Such a beautiful place, weather, energy, and everything, and also full of military planes flying around all the time. What is going on there?
The same thing that has always been going on there, Master, child trafficking.
All right, fair enough. Next question. Thank you. I have an other one. Julius, this year, most of the kids' Christmas movies include Satan.
Yep, Satan and panda bears.
Look at that. And if not that, there is extreme violence.
Yep.
What do they want to do with that? Will they replace it officially? Hugs and kisses. Thank you. Also
So,
from Sonia.
Master, they're disclosing and they're normalizing the fact that it's a celebration of Satan. So they're easing it into that truth. And the more everybody accepts it and just keeps watching the program, the more they're going to use it. They're going to weaponize it against you. That's the
Wow.
truth. It's always been there. It actually has always been there. If you go back and you watch a lot of the programming and you start to understand the symbolism, the satanic symbolisms, you're going to see it in all of the Christmas programs. Yes, we know you're going to be sad to find out that all of these actors are part of it, but they are. And the more that you are make yourself aware of it, and the more you're going to recognize how you yourself have been programmed and how absolutely painful and destructive the normalizing of these rituals have been, because it supports the energy. It supports the energy. So whether you realize you're participating in it or not, you are, because they go along with, it flows with that energy. If you're asking us, so there's actually quite a celebration of a representation of Santa as a satanic demon with a goat head, and you can look very dark and deep into that, and that's the authentic truth of it. That's the authentic truth of it. If you are asking us if they're going to take away Christmas and change and shift it, we can't tell you whether they're going to do that or not, because we can't look into the predictions of those that carry that type of authority and whether they're going to bring that disclosure. But here's the truth, Masters. What do you need them to decide it for? What do you decide? What are you going to change and shift? What if the masses on the Earthship just said, no, I don't think so. Let's come up with something else, right? What if they say, no, we're not pulling Santa Claus in. Let's start using the Yeti. Let's start using the snowman. Let's start using something else, because it has absolutely nothing. And everybody will agree on this, whether you're a Christian in your belief system or not. Everybody will at least admit that that's not the birthday that they wrote in the Bible for Jesus, right? They'll admit it. Everybody will even admit that. So what is going on? What is going on there? It's kind of like, well, we'll accept some falsification, not all falsification. We're like, falsification is falsification, Masters. So the question is, as things come revealed, what is the masses going to choose in that revealment? What are you waiting for to be a big announcement of some type of authority outside of you? That's the question you should be asking yourself.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, so actually, it's crazy as usual. We get into the show and there's so many questions, and you guys are so excited about the questions and about the answers that suddenly it's minute 39. So 2/3 of the show have gone like crazy. And as you know, every single time that we hit minute number 30, we speak about specials, and we have two very special specials for the 31st. Okay, so that's why I just pulled up the QR code on the top left corner of your screen. But before we do that, let me tell you something. And we started the show explaining that we are not actually displaying any intro or outro videos today, because unfortunately the powers that be have decided that the completely free music, freeware music that we have been using, it's infringing, and they want to get the money out of the videos, out of the monetization of our videos, unfortunately, in full transparency, okay? So I'm saying this because this is an example of something else that happens to us, unfortunately, from time to time, which is that the chat doesn't populate automatically. So many of the messages that we are getting, mostly from WT, are not getting through. And this is a special message for Caroline or Caroline. Okay, so because she's asking, literally the other day was extremely, and I didn't know, I didn't see any of your messages the other day. That was on the 15th of December, and she was asking, Angel, you should give everyone a chance to ask a question at least once. Exactly. This is exactly what we do here. Every single time I have a chat here on the screen, again, in full disclosure, right? I mean, obviously, we don't take anything personal. We are here to help you, and we love you and your questions. Every time you type in a question on the chat, I basically flag it and I accumulate them. And the way I actually read the questions is I try not to repeat the question of the same person unless everybody that already asked the question has one question answered. All right. So the only option why I wouldn't read a question or have it asked to Kasey and Julius is if I didn't see it. I had no idea that that was happening the other day, and we apologize. She goes on saying, "Oh, why have many questions of the same people then?" Exactly. That's not what we do. We actually go and we ask questions, one each person, and then we go back to the second question of each person, and then to the third question of each person. And we do the same thing with the offline questions. Okay. So anyway, so your question was last week that we didn't see. Julius, I would like to understand that there is no others part because I see them. LOL. How am I seeing you in my reality? Is it me answering myself? How can there be misinformation then?
Yeah. Master, so you are operating either from the altered ego mind or from your conscious mind awareness or from your soul. You've been deeply programmed to operate from the conscious mind, so your thoughts are mostly controlled. And therefore, the projection becomes common and likened others. That's what happens. So you are the projected reality of the hologram, but you've lost sight of your control and your position of it. You've surrendered away to the thoughts that are suggested around you and the agreeable thoughts of the dominant field of the pool of thought around you as well. It's the difference between utilizing your conscious mind, which resides in the now and all creation, and the altered ego mind that is determined and bound by previous or next.
Wonderful. And now I'm going to do what I just told you I was going to do, which is show you this incredible special for the 31st day of this wonderful year 2024. And this is the New Year Quantum Energy Process. This is it. Let me put it full screen with this wonderful photograph by Kyle Dolan. All right. So what's going to happen on the 31st, actually in two different time frames. The first one is going to be in noon Eastern Time, US, and the other one at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, US. What's going to happen? What are those New Year quantum energy processes? What's going to happen throughout those two processes,
Oh
Kasey?
my Oh my gosh, we do these amazing energy processes, all kinds of things online with Julius. You can catch all of those offerings on the website, channelingjulius.com. And we decided to do something for everybody for clearing out and closing out the energy of 2024, what's perceived to be 2024, and jacking everybody's energy up for 2025. So this is going to be an amazing process. But we do realize, thankfully, and with immense gratitude, we have followers from all over the world. So we obviously needed to offer it at a couple of different time frames so that everybody can partake in that. So we're doing it at noon on Christmas Eve day, Eastern time, and at 8 p.m. Eastern time on Christmas Eve evening as well, to try to hit everybody in the different timelines. Now, you can join us for both if you'd like. You are more than welcome to join us for both. Hit this link, go to the website. It's going to give you some even deeper descriptions. Julius never does the exact same process twice. Never. It's not possible because I'm channeling. So nothing is scripted, and it's always about the energy that comes through at the moment of now. And it's also determined on your energy as the audience. So we have many people that are joining and wanting to do both of them. And we certainly welcome you in for both of them. But taking in consideration your timeline variation, we wanted to make sure that we were giving everybody an opportunity to join us and not feel like, they got to get up at the crazy wee hours of the morning. But if you are ready to get your energy up and get it upgraded by this Ascended Masters group and get you ready for 2025. Aren't we ready? I know I'm ready to close the door of 2024. I know so many are ready to close that door down. Basically don't want any energy following me over to 2025. Mine's coming up, mine's jacking up, and I am creating that sacred and special place. And my team knows that I do that. And they're like, let's put it out there. Let's put it out there for everybody. So this is it. Everybody join us. Please, please, please. It'll be such a pleasure and such an honor to have you with us when we do these things.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Just to correct something that in the excitement of the explanation, you said Christmas Eve, and you meant New Year's
Sorry.
Eve.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve.
Exactly.
Yes.
We both just to clarify. All right. And actually, JC Daly is saying yes, Cat 55K. Yes, it is, and they completely delete channels all the time. Well, we've had our dose also of many different things that we have suffered, but it doesn't matter. It's part of the show. And speaking of, it's funny how you were just talking about. Let me stop sharing this. It's funny how you were talking about people from all over the world. Guess what? Katarina Spasic, I think we didn't see her before. She's writing to us from Kosovo. I don't know if you guys know where Kosovo is. Kosovo is in Europe. It's in the Carpathian Mountains. It's in the, let's say, in the center of Europe, in the heart of Europe. And Katarina is saying, thank you. Hello, free mom, Kosovo. Can you tell what is about Kosovo? So basically there was a war on Kosovo many years ago in Europe, and there's a lot of American troops that were deployed there when actually the former Yugoslavia became many different countries, and there's been an ongoing, conflict in there for a long time. And she's asking, about the conflict in Kosovo. And do you have a message for me? That's what she's asking. Thank you so much, Katarina, for being here.
So, Master, we want to support that all of the conflict on the Earthship is man-made, instigated, initiated, and controlled by the governments. That's the truth, unfortunately. And it has everything to do with making money. Everything to do with making money. War is profitable. War is profitable, even though it doesn't seem that way to the layman who gets the suffering extended onto them. The governments are making tons of money during wartime. But what we can tell you is this: the heart of all the wars that have been going on this Earthship have to do with human trafficking. We'll put it that way. Okay. Everybody gets tired of us talking about child trafficking and the organ harvesting and adrenochrome production. If you had any idea what was going on there, your mind would be blown. Okay. But that's what these wars do is, number one, they cover up what's really going on from the mass distraction that they cause, but they also provide product for it. Okay. And all of these things are coming to the surface. They are coming to the surface. So everything on this Earthship, from weather manipulation to warring, to the timeline control and manipulation, to everything that is going on, has to do with the dominant of satanic or low frequency energy, human trafficking, organ harvesting, adrenochrome production. Everything has to do with money. And there's a lot of things that are going on in the off-planet and inner-Earth exchange as well, but unfortunately has to do with low frequency profiting.
All right, excellent. Thank you so much. And it's so funny, as we were talking about following through the different questions and messages in the chat. So there's an ongoing conversation here in the chat between Cat55 and JC Daly that started with a question that they still have not asked. I'm going to ask that question. Okay, and this is JC Daily question, and then we will continue with his interesting conversation fight here on the chat. Is Dr. Phil the real one or clone? And how does he go under radar? Doesn't look like he has had to sacrifice anything. He has his kids and wife, etc.
So, Master, most all of the celebrities that are out now are clones. That's what we will tell you, and you have no idea what they have to sacrifice. Those things are all kept private and sacred and away from everything. That's what we will tell you.
All right, and then JC Daily says also Oprah. Is she clone and is she going to jail?
She's already been taken care of. The ones that you are seeing are clones and lookalikes.
All right, and then JC Daily again. I'm just doing this all at the same time because they are related. Okay. Did Ellen have something to do with Anne Hetchy death, and how do she really die?
She's not dead. How about that?
All right, there you go. She is not dead. Okay, hold on a second. Let me continue because then, yeah. And then JC Daly says, Cat 55, yes, it is. And they completely delete channels all the time. Absolutely. All right. And then Cat 55 says, Oprah was wearing an ankle monitor during lockdown. Look for the lockdown cooking video. Look at that. Wow. JC Daly. Oh, okay. And then again, JC Daly got 55. I had a nightmare about Dr. Phil. He was trying to take me out, but he couldn't because I am God's child. He was surprised. That's an interesting story parallel to this show. Also, the actress playing Oprah showed us her ankle monitor on purpose. Okay. And then Cat 55, JC, the dream showed you your power. Absolutely. JC again, and they want to suck our consciousness into the matrix. I only turned my phone on to message here and a work thing. Then it is going off because I believe the phone is portal to matrix. Hell yeah, says JC Daly. Well, anyway, all this to say that our wonderful Stacey Savage that we haven't heard of today had a question the other day, and I'm going to ask this question because it's related to this conversation. Isn't it funny? Hi, friends, and this is from last week. Hi, friends, says Stacey Savage. As of lately, before bed, I've noticed some unsuccessful psychic attacks, which also show up in my dreams. Can Julius please tell me why I'm seeing this?
Yeah. You're being subject to energy frequency fluctuations, Master. We would suggest that you get yourself a grounding sheet. Get yourself a grounding sheet. And that's for everybody. And we don't endorse other people's products here on this platform, but grounding sheets are amazing. You have no idea how much your biometric rhythms are being disrupted by the electrical currents and the electrical devices around you. And your consciousness and your psyche are just like a pinball machine because of this. So, as you are working on your consciousness to be productive on your journey to maintain your level of consciousness and make your frequency consistent, you really need to help get rid of or cancel out all of these energy frequencies. So you can use crystals around your bed at night. You should be putting all kinds of smoky quartz, all kinds of selenite underneath your beds, and the grounding sheets are also really, really, really important. And then you're going to find this is shungite, by the way. Shungite. We have bowling balls we have shungite the size of bowling balls in this house. But it will help you with your psychic attacks. Okay. So what you're having is you're having inconsistency with your energy frequency. And so you're picking up on different areas that are, sending in messages. Once you stabilize your energy frequency, you won't get those nefarious attacks that are sliding in every time your frequency fluctuates.
All right. Thank you. And then I was going to say we're almost at the end of the show, but as we don't have a outro video, then we can extend a little bit our session of questions. And the last question of the show is going to be this one. Any commentary on the drones, Julius?
Well, you've always been under surveillance. And they're just putting them very, very blatantly out there. but you're not just being surveyed, they're gathering information and they're measuring areas of consciousness right now as well. They're also doing scans on the matrix of your body to find out if they're being effective or not with what they're putting out with everybody. But it's all governmental crap, which is the same stuff that they've always been doing. Same stuff they've always been doing. Okay. It also has a certain level of distraction to it. Has a certain level of distraction to it as well. And it's also this, it is really interesting to watch humanity basically have their human rights totally removed by them by their own governments, and they do nothing. They just do nothing. Okay. And in most areas, drone usage is illegal. And yet your government's doing it all over the place, and everybody just sits around and is like, hi, waving at these things. It's still a lot of that. That's kind of amazing. So some of it is disclosing to you how ridiculously absurd you are while nobody does anything about it. But they aren't just watching to see what people are doing. They have the ability to measure frequencies, and they also have ground penetration abilities. So they're scanning the earth for certain minerals, and they're scanning the earth for certain things.
All right. Thank you. And that was the last question of the show. What an incredible show as usual. Okay, here we are. Thank you for being here today. It was a Monday and you still showed up. We have definitely one of the best fan clubs in the world. It's amazing. Thank you so much for being with us today. This, again, as Kasey said, we couldn't do it last Thursday, last minute, force majeure, as they say in French, which means that we couldn't do it, but we are here and we really appreciate you being here, and we will be here again on Thursday. Remember, go click on this, go take your camera, scan this QR code and sign up for this incredible session. Do you want to start the new year with a completely clean you, completely new you? Then that's exactly what you have to do. Go there, scan that code, and see what's going to happen to you if you show up for one of those two sessions at noon Eastern Standard Time or at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 31st, which is New Year's Eve this year. Kasey, what a show. Again, so many questions. It's incredible. Thank you so much for being with us. And Julius, of course.
Yeah. And obviously now sending everybody with light and love to whatever it is that you celebrate at this season as we open up the field to all of that. Looking forward. We'll have another show before New Year's. We'll see you after the Christmas holiday. Everybody be full of love and light and safety and expansion and joy and all of those amazing, amazing things. Can't extend my gratitude enough. Just can't possibly do it, but we try, right? So just extending gratitude to everybody. Thank you, everyone, so much.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody. And everybody saying thank you and goodbye. Hi, Karen. Nice to see you too. And Cat55. Everybody saying goodbye and sending us love and light. Thank you. It's been our pleasure to be here on a Monday. We love you. That was show number 87 on Thursday. This upcoming Thursday is going to be the 88th, which is the infinity over infinity sign, the 88, the sign, the symbol of prosperity. We hope to see you on Thursday with great questions. We have already a few questions. All right. Thank you for being here. We are delighted. Again, there's no outro video today for the reasons that we already disclosed before, but we still love you. Okay. We're going to put the switch in off, and we'll see you again on Thursday. We hope that you have enjoyed the show as much as we have. We love you. See you soon. Bye-bye.